we both share a lot of similarities, and like now I feel like when I go back to Texas A&M, when I'm around these kids, I almost want to try and, as much as we've done, people would want to be in that position, want to be a first round draft pick, want to have, a career in the NBA or the NFL. I can't help but feel like now I go back to these kids and I'm almost like, a beacon of what not to do almost. I feel, as much as I've done right to be able to get to a certain point, I'm also here to tell you guys that, like, no matter where you are, no matter how good you think it is, it can all go away in a flash like this. It's something you never really expect might happen, but and the reality of it is, it doesn't last forever.
Well, first off, that's the title of this episode, just so y'all know, a beacon of what not to do.
For sure.
And I love that I'm here with you, just being in Ohio and just being a big fan of you, man. You 100% right, I personally didn't succeed in the NBA like I wanted to because of my ups and downs and my injuries, but learning from things that I've learned on the court and off the court, I just want to bring that down to a bunch of other kids that are going through the same thing, and hopefully they can make better decisions than I did coming up.
I think that's the wisdom that we're able to give back, at this point that we're in now. Because it's easy, man. It's easy to go down that slippery slope and that slippery path for sure.
Because it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I mean, it's really easy to get caught up in the lifestyle and in and everything that comes along with it. And I think that's something for me that I really got away from is, the main thing was always sports for so long, and then it shifted into something else. It shifted to what football gave me, right? It shifted into the late nights, the parties, the fun, and I mean, you've shared your stories about, going through similar things like that. What has been your journey to getting to a better place?
The ups and downs, honestly, and realizing that I'm the only person going through my experience. I love my wife, but when she walks into another room, she doesn't experience what I'm experiencing in that same room. So everything that I go through is me. So I can't feel bad about everything that's happening because it's my life. It's my journey. And so when I look at it, I just want to be happy with everything I am, everything I've done. Just try to make the best decision every day. Try to be the best me that I can. And if I make a bad decision, I made that decision and I can't blame nobody else. That's where I'm like confident and happy with being me because I made those decisions. I was the one that walked that path. Nobody else have.
It takes a while to get to that point though, right? Like there were days for me after this happened where you feel like, the world is ending kind of thing, right? Like this is, I was supposed to be this and I was supposed to be that. I went through my phases where I wouldn't leave the house. I wouldn't go outside. I was just completely stuck. I felt like I stayed that way, for a while. I think, obviously your wife had to be a person that really, really helped get you through that. I'm sure you shared similar experiences with that as well.
Yes, there was times where I didn't want to see nobody. Like I lived in the house with two of my friends, and I don't think I saw them for 7 days just because I was just so embarrassed about stuff that I did. There was times that I had to drink so much and take so many sleeping pills just because I didn't want to. I couldn't go to sleep. Technically, I had to pass out every night. Because of my ups and downs when I was young and not happy with myself and my decisions or everything that's going on. But the older I got, the more I realized, like, this is your life. Like, you can't blame anybody else. All you can do is be the best for you right now. I have a picture on my phone that I keep and I look at constantly, and it was like, Budweiser, Bud Light, a bottle of wine, Benadryl, Advil PMs, Tylenol PMs, my Vicodin, my Percocet. And the reason why I keep it is because I remember there was a time in Portland where I literally had to take every last one of those every night just to sleep 3 hours. And I had to be at practice. And this was my everyday. A spot that I hate that I was in but it's a spot that I've learned so much from. I just need to be me. I'm not comfortable enough. Like I just wanted to pass out. I didn't want to think about everything that was going on. I didn't want to think about what somebody's going to write about me or what somebody's going to say to me. I just needed to go to sleep because I know I had shit to do in the morning. And after going through all that and having my daughter, having my wife that I can talk to, now I'm like, look, I just need to be me. Like, I don't care if you can't sleep tonight. You still got to go through this, and nobody else is going to help you with this. Like, and I guess that's the biggest thing I learned through all my ups and downs is just I have to go through it. Like, nobody's going to change that shit.
Yeah, and nobody's going to do it for you at the end of the day, right? And I think, for me, a huge part of, was the outside noise of hearing everybody else too. It's crazy how, as down as people will get on you during this times, nobody was harder on me than me. So I
100%.
think, when you're the person that's beating yourself down every day, man, it becomes exhausting. It becomes, a really scary place to be whenever, even your own head isn't a safe place.
Yes, sir. That's probably one of the best things I've heard, because going through those darkest times, you're harder on yourself than anybody else. And it's like now I watch more basketball than I did when I was playing. I didn't want to hear that shit because I was already like cussing my own self out before the game that I had the night before. You only had 6 points. Like, who are you? Like, I'm not watching what anybody else is going to say. Like, I was so tough on myself. And now I'm like, as soon as I retired, they was like, do you watch basketball? I'm like, I watch it more than I've ever watched it because I'm just a fan of sports.
Did you go through a phase where you didn't watch it?
I did not, actually.
Yeah?
Because I was when I played.
Yeah.
that was my span of not watching basketball. It was like you watched it because we had to watch film for the games before. But like, I didn't watch anybody else's game because I was so like worried about what we're doing. And then once I retired, it was like, yeah, I watch basketball every night. I'm watching Game Time. I'm watching Sports Center. Scott Van Pelt. It's my guy.
I went through a phase there where I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't watch it for probably 2 years.
Really?
I just, man, I think when it went away for me, I think I just felt almost bitter, right? I almost felt mad at how the situation had played itself out. Mad at you get mad at the world, and it took me a while to get over that hump, to get back to looking at it like, okay, this is something that I've loved my entire life, something that I do genuinely enjoy, and something that I want to do, right? And I think now, like, kind of like you're saying, I think I watch more sports, more football now than I definitely did in the past.